In the 1990s, Sean Puffy Combs, or Puff Daddy, faced several legal issues that garnered widespread media attention, reflecting the tension between his rising stardom and the controversies surrounding the hip-hop world at the time. 1994 Tupac Shakur shooting at Quad Studios, New York. On November 30th, 1994, Tupac Shakur was ambushed and shot 5 times in the lobby of Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan, New York. At the time, Puff Daddy and the notorious B.I.G. were recording music upstairs. Tupac, after surviving the attack, publicly accused Puffy, Biggie, and other Bad Boy affiliates of being involved or knowing about the shooting beforehand. Although no concrete evidence ever linked Puffy or Biggie to the ambush, Tupac's accusations deepened the tension between him and the East Coast hip-hop scene. This incident marked the beginning of the fierce East Coast-West Coast rivalry and fueled the personal feud between Tupac and Biggie. The 1995 Atlanta nightclub shooting. This incident reportedly stemmed from a dispute between Puff Daddy and Death Row Records' Suge Knight, who had publicly mocked Puff Daddy at that year's Source Awards, igniting tensions between the East Coast and West Coast hip-hop scenes. Though this brawl didn't lead to any major legal consequences for Puffy, it set the stage for future conflicts. On December 10, 1995, Puffy and members of the Bad Boy entourage were involved in a confrontation at a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia, with associates of Suge Knight, the co-founder of Death Row Records. The altercation escalated into gunfire, and Suge Knight's close friend, Jake Robles, was fatally shot during the encounter. Although Suge Knight publicly blamed Puffy for Robles' death, no charges were ever filed against Puffy or his associates. This incident intensified the East Coast-West Coast feud, particularly between Bad Boy and Death Row Records, adding more hostility to the growing rivalry in the hip-hop community. 1999 New York club shooting, Manhattan. On December 27, 1999, Puffy, along with his then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez and Bad Boy artist Shine, were present at Club New York in Manhattan when a heated argument led to a shooting. 3 people were injured in the gunfire. Puffy was charged with gun possession and bribery, accused of trying to persuade his driver to take the blame for a gun found in the vehicle they fled in after the shooting. This case went to trial in 2001. Puffy, now going by P. Diddy, faced serious charges and potentially a lengthy prison sentence. P. Diddy went to trial, where he faced up to 15 years in prison if convicted. His defense team, led by high-profile attorney Johnny Cochran, argued that Puff Daddy had no direct involvement in the shooting. After a lengthy trial, Puffy was acquitted of all charges, though Shine was convicted of assault, reckless endangerment, and gun possession, and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. While Puffy emerged legally unscathed, this incident further tarnished his public image, drawing widespread media attention and controversy. These legal battles throughout the 1990s marked significant moments in Puffy's rise to fame and reflected the complex, often dangerous world of hip-hop at the time. From the 1994 Quad Studio shooting that deepened the East Coast-West Coast rivalry to the deadly Atlanta nightclub shooting in 1995, and finally, the high-profile 1999 Club New York shooting, Puffy's legal troubles were a prominent part of the turbulent decade.